Are we live? I think we might be. Let's check. No, not quite. Okay. Let's go up to Zoom. We're recording anyway, so this will be fun. Okay. So, are we there yet? It's not telling me that we're live yet. There we go. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Hone Your Speaker Skills, How to Be a Better Speaker. Right, well, what are we talking about this week? For the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about words. Well, I'm going to carry on in that theme. Do you remember last week we were talking about the fact that words had frequency and that your whole body, your cells are responding to what you're telling yourself, those thoughts, because the words carry frequency, they carry a vibration. And I talked about the metronomes going into sync. You set different metronomes of different speeds, all in the same room. And actually, there's a wonderful video of a YouTube video of, I think it's about 15 different metronomes on a shelf. And gradually they all, it takes about 2.5 minutes, but they all get into sync. And the whole shelf is going up and down at the same vibration because of everybody's in sync. So that's a beautiful illustration of what I want to talk about today. Carrying on with the words have frequency, and I'm going to go to feelings. Words have feelings. Try this one on for size. Angry. Where does it feel in your body? Is this something you've ever done? The reason I'm going to get you to do this, I'm going to invite you to do this, is because so often we avoid feelings, particularly the ones we consider to be negative or uncomfortable. So take this back to that phrase that we've been working through. I'm nervous. As a speaker, I'm nervous. We've already said that that is an I am, a declarative identity statement. I am nervous. Not I feel nervous. I am nervous. I am identifying as nervous. Say that now. Say it out loud. Where do you feel it? Where in your body do you feel that phrase, I am nervous? Is it in your throat? Is it in your chest? Maybe it's in your belly. Everybody feels something different. There's no right or wrong answer about this. But I'm inviting you to sit with it, stand with it. Where do you feel in your body that sense of nervous? And then once you've located it, what specifically are you feeling? Are you feeling a constriction? Are you feeling a tightness in that area in your body? Are you feeling, how's your breathing at that point? Is it short, shallow? If you sit with nervous long enough, what happens? What happens in your throat? What happens in your mind? Where are these symptoms? How do you feel? Now, this is a wonderful mindfulness exercise. Most of us will go, I don't like this. I want to get out of this feeling immediately. On the one hand, but on the other hand, if you keep telling yourself, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, even at the thought of being on a stage, whatever your definition of stage is, then you run these feelings in your body. And you may not even be aware of why they are running, why you're feeling these symptoms. So what I invite you to do, I did sort of preface this with words have feelings. Grab a journal, grab a notebook. Now mine is it doesn't have to be a beautiful journal, but something to write on and something to write with, old-fashioned, old school pen and paper. Now, the reason I'm suggesting you do it this way is because you also add that kinesthetic element as you're writing it down of acknowledging the body and where you're feeling it. So I'm going to invite you to stop. Go back to the recording of this. I appreciate that doing it live is a little bit tricky, but I wanted to explain this to you so that you can then go back and look at it later. What is it you're telling yourself that is stopping you from getting onto stages? Is it I am nervous? Is it I am shy? Is it I can't possibly do the public speaking? Identify what those internal scripts are and then get to work in the feeling of it. Recognize in your body what those feelings are. The reason why this is so important is because, as I said, those feelings will happen probably quicker than you're even aware of what you're saying. Because somewhere along the line, that mental, that internal script has got embedded because it served you at one point. Maybe not necessarily, well, maybe it has been. The nerves thing, I'm shy. You've had an experience way back in the past, maybe when you were teeny tiny, that meant that you identified as shy. Maybe going through school, particularly if you are from North America, you had presentations to do at school in class and you fumbled and you were teased and you were ridiculed. Or maybe as a child, you started life as being a real chatterbox and were told to shut up. There's been something that's happened that has given you that opportunity to go, oh, speaking's not good. Whatever flavor of it is, you have made a decision and you're running that script that's something negative around speaking. So I'd like you to uncover it. This is the recognize bit in the rewire process. Now, this doesn't only apply to speaking. You can see that this whole thing is actually any area of life you can apply the rewire process to, but obviously we're focusing on the speaking. So think about the uncomfortable, those internal scripts that you're telling yourself as to why you don't want to do the speaking. What is it you're saying to yourself? Sit with it, feel into it, recognize where in your body you're feeling it, and write it down, acknowledge it, be mindful of that is my feeling when I say X to myself. Words have feelings. But I don't want you to stay there, okay? This is not a exercise. Yes, you're uncomfortable to start with, but then you're also looking forward. This is what you want to move away from, because this feels uncomfortable, but it's your familiar zone. Notice I don't call it a comfort zone because it's not comfortable, is it? Where are you going to? What would you like instead? What is your vision? Because the thing is, if you've got a powerful message, and if you're watching this, I'm pretty certain you have. What is the message that you want to convey? Focus on that. Focus on delivering that powerful message. And then try this on for size. I am confident. I am powerful when I speak. I make a difference to my audience. I am excited to speak because I know the impact I can make. Now, okay, some of these phrases, your BS meter's going, yeah, don't be ridiculous. You're nowhere near that. Well, no, that's all right. I want you to visualize it, and I'm inviting you to feel into it. Try it on for size. Pretend, if you will, imagine what, if you say that to yourself, say it a few times, like you do with the ruminating on the I'm nervous. Go with the I am declarative statements. Identify yourself as a powerful speaker. Somebody who makes a difference. I make a difference in the world. Your words have power after all. Can you see where we're going with this? Words have feelings. When you're in that powerful state, again, identify where in your body you're experiencing those feelings. Is it in your chest? Is it in your gut? Is it in your throat? Is it in your head? Where are you experiencing those feelings of power, of confidence, of knowledge and excitement that you can make a difference to your audience? Where in your body? And then go back to the symptoms, if you will. Are you feeling expansion? Are you feeling constriction? Are you feeling maybe a few butterflies, but not exactly crocodiles in the belly? Feel into it. Again, you're back with your trusty notepad and pen. And acknowledge those feelings. Because as I said earlier, the feelings often come before we're aware of the internal scripts. Sometimes the left side of the brain takes a little while to catch up, but the right side, the feely side, is going, oh, I know this one. So my invitation to you is to write down the uncomfortable ones, because those are the familiar ones. Yeah. Be aware of where they are in your body and how they feel. How does your pulse feel? How does your heart feel? Is it going? How's your breathing? How are your muscles? Be fully aware of what those feelings are, even although I know they don't feel comfortable. Write them down, acknowledge them. Look to where you want to go instead. Those are the away from ones. That's where we're moving away from. Go to the ones that you want to feel, those comfortable, excited, powerful, confident. Remember all those wonderful words? Do the I am statements. Identify in that way. Visualize, feel into it. What are the alternatives? What are the ones that I want to feel? Again, work out where in your body and exactly what you are feeling. Write them down. Have them side by side as a comparison. And then you can get your mind to work, your logical side, to go, oh, which one do I want to feel? I'm fairly certain that I know which side you'd rather feel. The moment there may be an almighty chasm between the two. And that's what we're going to come on to next week. So I appreciate this. Whilst it's a live introduction, you're going to want to go back and look at the recording. It's important. Recognize what you're saying to yourself. Feel the feels, however uncomfortable they may be. Because those feelings down the track will direct you back up into your head and go, what am I saying to myself? There are no right or wrong answers to this. This is entirely your physiology, the way you are wired. But it doesn't need to stay the same. If you come across neuroplasticity, it's a wonderful way you can rewire your brain, quite literally. And that's the process we're feeling into at the moment. Trust you're going to work with this week. My invitation to you is to have some fun. Initially, it won't feel fun, but you know where you're going with this. Have some fun. I suggest that if you do have a go at this, I would seriously love to know how you get on with it. Not in an open forum, though, because this takes courage to do. DM me. I'd love to know your feelings over the whole thing, what your comparisons are. and what your internal scripts were that led to those. Have a wonderful week. Next week, it will be a pre-recorded session because I will be traveling. Nonetheless, we're carrying on with these words have feelings, and I'm going to talk you through a bit more of the process from a feely perspective and give you a lived example. Okay? Have an awesome week. See you soon.